Greetings. This is kamishaRa, the traveling spiritual soaper, and welcome to Urban Gardening at kamishaRa's Korner, where all the magic happens. And just plugging in my mic so we can have a little bit of better sound. And I am the traveling spiritual soaper, and I thank you for joining me on my corner today. No, we're not on the corner outside. We are in the corner of my home where all of the magic happens. So I decided to do a recording of me planting some tomato seeds. So the last things that I planted some garlic, I planted some basil, and I planted some peppers. I used the seeds from the peppers that I were growing, and I planted them, and they started sprouting. So I'm going to show them to you before we leave here today. So I'm just going to get a little container. Where is it? Oh, there it is. And just add some more soil in here. And I also have this is eggshells, and I have my fertilizer. All organic, all natural, and this is organic soil. So, I had started to do this earlier and spilled soil all over the floor. And thank goodness it wasn't too much. So this earth was really wet initially when I got it, but I opened it to start to plant my garlic that I had. And since it stayed open for some time, it's now starting to dry up. Okay, I think I'm going to add at this point a little bit of this is very powdery. This is eggshells, pulverized eggshells, organic eggshells. That I keep my eggshells and I just blend them up and grind them up in the blender. Put a little bit of the fertilizer. Then I'm going to mix this in. And the soil that I'm using is a really good soil. It's supposed to be for, of course, your garden. So if you're just starting out with urban gardening, like I am, you want to start off, of course, with a really good soil. One, if you're doing houseplants, then you find a good soil that's for houseplants. And if you're growing food, then you want one that's good for gardening. So apparently there's different types of dirt. I didn't know this until I started gardening myself. Okay, and this is not coming out very well. All right, I don't think I'm going to fill it all the way to the top. So I'm doing this during the work week. So I do have my remote learner here today, but she's in an art class right now. And I'm doing this without her, but she will get to plant at least one of the seeds a little later. So what I want to put in here, I want to put some, here's my seeds. Oh, I want to put some tomatoes in here. And I drilled some holes at the bottom of this so that when I water it, it drains. Whoops. That was a lot. Didn't mean to put that much. Oh, that's big. So she's taking an online art class, my remote student. And this is the first time that she's taking this art class. So I'm listening to it. If you hear them, that's them in the background talking. I don't know if you guys can hear them or not. But if you hear someone else talking, it's not me. It's somebody in the background. Okay, so I'm really excited about my plants because they're growing really nicely. And I'm like, yay! You know, I get excited about the corniest things, stuff growing, and I'm excited. But that's okay. I'm a garden nerd and proud of it. I'm an unapologetic garden nerd. Okay, I think I'm going to push this down to the bottom because that looks kind of big. Yeah, so I put holes in the bottom of this, about 8 holes, mostly in the middle, and then 4 more a little to the outside. A little to the outside, and the cover for this, I have it underneath so that it can catch any water that runs off and it doesn't run onto my furniture. But this is a pretty big pot, and I'm going to put more than just, I'm going to put tomatoes in here. And I don't know if this is the right time of year for tomatoes, but I'm putting tomatoes in here. And I also want to replant my, collard greens because it's in a pot that's way too small. And my pepper plant that I was growing, I'll be able to show you that a little later, has these really little buggy things on it that watermelon. Oh, I have watermelon. I didn't know that. Wait, where's tomatoes? Here we go. Tomatoes. All right, so I think I want to put a little bit more soil. I don't want it to be that far down. And this is a great area. I'm going to leave it on this table because I'm right in front of my window, which it faces west. So we get a lot of sun for most of the day in this window. So all of my plants are mostly in this window, and the rest of them are in another window that's facing north, which doesn't really get any direct sunlight, but they kind of get the sunlight because it's in the same room from this window over here that we're facing, that's behind me over here. Okay, I'm gonna put a little bit more dirt. All right. And then, oh, this is good. Yeah, I think that's gonna be a nice height. All right. So the teacher is engaging them in conversations. I think that's so cool to get them to talk about what they like to draw and stuff. That's pretty cool. Alrighty. So this is ready. So I put eggshells and fertilizer, of course, to give. But this is already organic earth, so it should be very nutritious already. It has lots of nutrients in it and a very good mixture. But I still put a little bit of Okay, I'm gonna read the. This is supposed to, in my region, plant in May and June, but since I'm indoors, we're not gonna get the frost because I'm inside. So I'm just gonna plant it anyway, and we're gonna see how well it grows. Wait, what does it say? It doesn't say how deep. Starting indoors in a warm, well-lit 6 to 8 weeks before planting outdoors. Sow seeds 14 inches deep into individual containers filled with seed starting formula. This is not seed starting formula. but it does say 14 inches deep. That seems really deep. It says 14 inches. That's like almost, that's deeper than a foot. That doesn't seem right. Okay, so I'm going to use my finger and I'm just going to make some holes. And I'm not going to make those holes 14 inches. I don't know what's going on with that. I even think these holes might be a little too much. I'm not going to put them that deep. Yeah, I don't think they need to be that deep. I'm just going to think about what happens in nature when seeds fall off of the plants. What do? They actually fall on the top of the soil, and then they find their way into the soil. So I'm not going to do them that deep, but we are going to bury them. So I'm doing 4 seeds. Ooh, these seeds are really little. Okay, I might end up doing more than 4 seeds only because they're so teeny. Well, tomato seeds are very little, so makes sense. I'm going to show you them. I don't know if you can see. Those are the seeds right there in my palm of my hand. They're really little. Okay, I'm not putting a whole lot, but I think I'll try to get 2 in each hole. So in case one doesn't do well, the other one will. And they always say that you could keep the one that's doing better. Well, I don't know if they always say that, but that's what I see them doing a lot. People that are planting from seed. And I was going to do this in a smaller pot. Oops. But, oh well. So these are the tomatoes over here. And I think I'm gonna do one more right there. That was just one. So on the other side, on this side, I'm gonna do some more peppers. Wait, did I want to do? Yeah, I did want to do peppers in here. I gotta get them. They're on the other side. So these are pepper seeds from the peppers that the sweet Italian peppers that I grew. And trying to get them out of here. Yeah. I got a whole bunch of seeds in here. Let's see. This is actually not the sweet Italian seed. I'm gonna mix them. That one was a different type of, it's a Mexican pepper. That was the seed from a Mexican pepper. And then these, at least I think that is. I don't even know what seed it is. I just know it's a pepper seed. You can see the different colors. But I think that's a Mexican pepper. So I don't know how many I'm gonna need to plant. But I'm not gonna do too many. But I'm gonna do one more. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll do 6. So for all you experts out there, if that's too much, you can put a comment in below. Say, no, you never do that many. I don't know. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Wait, oh, see, I should have measured. I should have put a thing as to where I put the seeds. See, you could tell I'm an amateur. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we're gonna put this one here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoops. 5. Let's put another one right there. 6. Alrighty. And that's all we're going to do. And then we're going to water it. So all we have in here is tomatoes and peppers. And then I'm going to show you the other peppers that are already started to grow, which I'm really excited about. as well as the garlic that is growing in my other pot. And I may be trying to put some more dirt in that other, anyway, my makeshift plant pot that I made out of a drawer. Right. Oh, that fertilizer stinks. It's stinky. Where's my water? Oh, it's in the kitchen. Give me a minute. Alrighty, I'm back. And I just checked on my student. She's drawing chicken legs and pies. It's so cute. I'm liking that class. So I'm trying not to water so much that I'm moving the seeds out of the way. But I want to give them a lot of water to get started with, because this is a big pot and it will drain down to the bottom and come out. It won't leave the seed too wet. But I do want the earth to be nice and wet. And we get a lot of heat in my house, so it's going to dry out anyway if it's too wet. Plus, it'll drain to the bottom. I also made a liquid fertilizer. Oh, I have to show you my liquid fertilizer that I made with banana peels. I mean, you don't really have to do much to do that. You pretty much just cut up the banana, put it in some water and leave it, and liquid fertilizer. Haven't used it yet. Okay. Give me a minute. Okay, so this is the other plant with the garlic. You can see this is the first one I planted, and that was the second one. And this one is now starting to grow right here. I don't know if you can see it. Let's try to get in closer. Let's see. Okay, so that's the garlic. And this is the ginger. This is more garlic that I'm growing in this pot that started to grow. And if we can see right here in this row is where I did the peppers. And I also did a row of basil, and I don't see any basil popping up anywhere. But, oh no, it wasn't basil. It was shadow benny. What did I put in here? Was it basil? It was shadow benny and something else. Okay, it might have been shadow benny and peppers, so I'm not sure. But I think this is the peppers, and it's starting to grow now. Or this might be the shadow benny. I don't know if you can see it well. Right here. So I'm happy and I'm excited. Yay! My potato plant, my sweet potatoes are still growing, but they look a little, I don't know. I guess we'll find out. I have to look up and see how long it takes for the actual things to mature. But we will see. I'm going to show you my potato. See, that's the sweet potato. Right there. Well, that's the dirt. And, oh, I can't move it up. So the plant I got sitting up in my window. I don't know if you can see that very well because I'm right outside. And then I have it like held by a rod because it's going up. It's still growing, but a lot of the leaves are dying, but it is still growing more at the top. So we will see how well that does. And the last thing I wanted to show you, well, this is my avocado right here. This is the avocado, but these are the peppers, and they stopped. All the leaves came off the peppers. This one, that one, and that one. I don't know if you can see them. All the leaves came off, and hold on. So I had to start another video because the other one, I messed up. I turned it off. Oh, that's the wind blowing through my window. So this is the avocado right here, this big one. And this one down here is the pepper. And the avocado leaf is kind of in the way. I'm trying to get you to see that. I don't know if you can see it, but all of the leaves on the pepper plant has fallen off. This stalk with no leaves is the pepper plant, and it's starting to grow again. Where is it? I can't see it on the camera. Let me move it. There it is. It's starting to grow right here. The leaves are starting to grow again. So you can see that there. And a little bit on this right here. Where's my thumb? Oh, there we go. Here's my finger. You can see the leaves starting to grow again on there. But there's some like little spider webs. And on this one, we can see right here it's starting to grow again. And down here, right on this spot right here, more leaves starting to grow. But there's like this spider web that's growing on the plant that's driving me nuts. I don't know if you can see them. I'm gonna have to get a Q-tip and get them off. Let's see, can you guys see that web? Right up there. Can you see the web on there? Yeah, that web is growing, and I'm assuming it's not gonna be good for the plants. So, these are my other plants. That's my collard greens right there. Where are they? It's my collard greens right here. This is the basil. Right here, it's growing really tall. This is the other garlic plant. Oh, I think I showed you that already. With the new stalk growing. And my leek is doing some crazy stuff. Yeah, it kind of fell over. So, I don't know if that's good. And this is another pepper. See, all the leaves are going off the pepper. I got about 8 right here. You can see it starting to grow again right here. But there's no leaves on that pepper. It's just a stalk. And that's my ginger in the back. Back there. It's a lot of ginger.